Oh, hello there, and welcome to my kitchen table, a place in most homes where we can sit with family and friends and just talk for hours. Um, Today we're off to Welsh Wales, and I call it Welsh Wales because that's what I know it as. When I was a kid, we were going on holiday, and we were crossing over the border of the English England-Wales border. Wales, and that's it. It stuck with me. I've always called it Welsh Wales, and so do my kids. So we're off to Welsh Wales today. In particular, Pontypridd in South Wales, in the UK, obviously. And Pontypridd is actually somewhere between Cardiff and Merthyr Tydfil. They're, slightly bigger. Pontypridd has a population of around 33,000. Have you ever wondered why the Welsh people are called Taff? If you know someone who's Welsh and you forgot the name, just say Taff and they answer you. Well, it's because Taff is the name of the main river running through Taff Valley in this part of Wales, in South Wales. So that's why a lot of Welsh people, expats in particular, are called Taff or Taffy. Also, regarding this area, if you're a Doctor Who or Torchwood fan, you'll have seen most of South Wales, in fact, in particular around the Cardiff, Merthyr Tydfil, Pontypridd area, because that's where it's all filmed. When it's not in a studio, it's there. Also, see, the info just keeps flying over, doesn't it? And this is actually where Tom Jones is from. He was born in Treforest, which is part of the Pontypridd community, so he was born in the same area. So, now that you know where we're going, Welsh Wales, take a seat and I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story about a man who's not a very nice man. When I first heard about this guy and what he'd done, I was like, who? Because apparently he was famous. Thinking it might have been my age because of the music he played and stuff like that, and I might not have listened to it. I asked my son and my daughter, and they were like, who? Exactly the same as me. They'd never heard of him either. But anyway, apparently quite a lot of people had. So, here we go. Ian David Carslake Watkins was born on the 30th of July 1977 in Merthyr Tydfil. He later moved to Pontypridd, where he attended Hawthorne High School with future bandmate Mike Lewis. He also gained a first class honours degree in graphic design from the University of Wales in Newport in Gwent. Ian is a Welsh singer-songwriter, musician, and a convicted paedophile. He was the lead vocalist and lyricist of the rock band Lost Prophets. Mike Lewis and Watkins' mutual enjoyment of rock and metal music strengthened their friendship, leading them to form a group as teenagers in 1991 called Aftermath, a thrash metal band that played in a shed in Watkins' garden. While spending time in the local Ynys Park, where 17 years later Lost Prophets would headline the Full Monty Festival, Watkins was introduced to future bandmate Lee Gaze through a mutual friend. Having a band at Aftermath, which made 2 live appearances in its lifespan of 2 years, Watkins and Gaze decided to form a new band called Fleshbind. Based on their American hardcore punk influences. The band played several shows, including one supporting Feeder in London, but the group was short-lived. Again. Watkins reunited with Mike Lewis as a drummer in a hardcore band called Public Disturbance, formed in 1995. By this time, Watkins and Gaze had left Fleshbind to create their own band, Lost Prophets, and who made their debut in May 1997 alongside Public Disturbance, with Watkins as the lead vocalist. In 1998, Watkins left Public Disturbance to concentrate on the newly named Lost Prophets. In 2003, Watkins was featured on their Hoobastank song Out of Control, along with Jamie Oliver, who was by then a member of Lost Prophets. Not Jamie Oliver the kook, Jamie Oliver the musician. On New Year's Eve 2008, Watkins took part in a concert for Kidney Wales Foundation, and stated that his reason for being involved were as a result of his mother needing a kidney transplant. Having that direct experience is why I wanted to get more involved with Kidney Wales, he said, and organise a fundraising concert on New Year's Eve. The concert featured Welsh bands The Blackout, Kids in Glass Houses and Attack Attack. Watkins was also featured on the Blackout song It's High Tide Baby. I might as well be speaking Welsh because I've never heard of any of this. From their debut studio album, We Are the Dynamite, in 2007, and also accompanied them on tour. In 2009, Watkins started a remixing side project called L'amour, la morgue. If I'm not mistaken, if my French is right, that's Love the Dead. He released 17 remixes by artists such as The Killers, Beyonce, Young Guns, Magic Wands, Tears for Fears, etc. etc. He also released a free mixtape which was available online, along with a free download of a song that premiered at a fashion show in 2008. Lost Prophets released 5 studio albums: The Fake Sound of Progress, Start Something, Liberation Transmission, The Betrayed, and Weapons. And they toured extensively in Europe and America, playing shows such as the Reading and Leeds festivals in 2004, 7, 9 and 10. Reports of Watkins' abuse and misconduct with children was reported as early as 2008 to South Wales Police, though the authorities had repeatedly failed to act upon any leads linking to Watkins regarding these allegations. Around 2006 or so, while on tour in support of the band's third album, Liberation Transmission, multiple band members and road crew employees recalled seeing Watkins backstage with multiple underage fans. Watkins' former bandmates claimed that they were unaware of his conduct, as his drug use had begun to cause heavy strain on his relationship with them. Watkins reportedly had requested his own dressing room away from the other 5 bandmates, where much of his abuse of children allegedly took place. Watkins had also chosen to minimise contact with most of his bandmates and was living in Wales during much of their off time, while the rest of his bandmates lived in Los Angeles. The bassist, Stuart Richardson, recalled the tensions escalating into an altercation with Watkins during the December 2019 interview. Excuse me language in this bit because I'm going to just be reading it out as it is. So this is Stuart Richardson talking about him and Watkins. I come off the stage fucking livid, go on the bus, Ian's on the bus, and I'm like, nice one, and he gives me some shit, and I black the fuck out, and I'm laying punches into his face. I'm not fucking proud of it, but I'm laying punches into his face for 10 seconds or 10 minutes, I don't know, and I'm a big boy compared to him, so I'm not proud of this. And then he gives me this fucking look after I hit him. He continued, I had this can of Monster Energy in my hand, and I smashed the fucking can into his head. And I'm like, fuck. I go outside and puke. And for the next 3 weeks, he's like black eyes, cut on his face, and I'm like feeling fucking horrible about the whole shit. And that's what I did when he missed a show. Imagine that, going to a concert to see your favourite band and the lead singer doesn't turn up. But the band just carries on anyway. I'd still want my money back. A young lady named Joanne, an ex-girlfriend of Watkins, recalls him displaying multiple graphic images with minors or drug paraphernalia as early as 2010. Appalled by the content, Joanne had actually filed multiple complaints with South Wales Police, though very little action was taken at the time. Joanne was one of 6 people who had filed a report in regards to Watkins' conduct in 2008 to 2011. In 2010, an Australian woman had also come forward accusing Watkins of assaulting a child, though the allegations were not investigated any further by the authorities. During the recording of the band's 4th album, The Betrayed, in 2009, Joanne was made aware from Watkins that he was abusing a 2-year-old child in California, whilst the band was recording in Los Angeles. Joanne contacted the child's parents, who had also filed a report with Welsh authorities. Again, no further actions were taken to investigate the matter. This is just like Jimmy Savile all over again. Only not as big. Crazy. Watkins was first apprehended in June 2012 in relation to drug crimes and was granted bail shortly afterwards. Watkins had attracted attention from authorities after several friends noted that he was allegedly smuggling cocaine and methamphetamines on a regular basis from Los Angeles. What, like he couldn't get it in Wales? He was arrested again on the 4th of November in connection with drug possession and an allegation that he was in possession of an obscene image of a child. Well, just one. He pleaded not guilty to the charges of possessing explicit material shortly after posting bail. Watkins performed his final show with Lost Prophets on the 14th of November 2012 in Newport in Wales. He was arrested a 3rd time on the 17th of December. In a search of his home and laptop, stemming from his original drug charges, South Wales Police discovered multiple indecent images of children stored on his computer. On the 19th of December, he was charged at Cardiff Magistrate Court with conspiracy to engage in sexual activity with a 1-year-old girl. Sick bastard. And possession and or distribution of indecent images of children and extreme animal pornography. Again, sick bastard. He was remanded in custody, as were his 2 female co-accused. His barrister said Watkins would deny the accusations. On the 31st of December 2012, he appeared at Cardiff Crown Court via video link from His Majesty's Prison Park in Bridgend and was remanded in custody until the 11th of March 2013. The case was adjourned until May, with the trial date being set for the 15th of July 2013. At a hearing on the 3rd of June, he denied the charges via a video link. On the 6th of June, it was announced that the trial would start on the 25th of November 2013. That actually sounds like my doctor's surgery, because that's how long it takes to get a bloody appointment. And was expected to last a month. A previous application for the court venue to be moved outside Wales was denied. On the 26th of November, Watkins pleaded guilty to attempted sexual assault of a child under 13, but not guilty to rape. This was accepted by the prosecution. He further pleaded guilty to 3 counts of assault involving children, 6 counts of taking, making or possessing indecent images of children, and 1 count of possessing an extreme pornographic image involving a disgusting act on an animal. His victims included a baby boy, and he sent a text message to the mother of one victim that said, "If you belong to me, so does your baby." The South Wales Police investigation into Watkins, codenamed Operation Globe, required the cooperation of Government Communication Headquarters, which is the GCHQ, to decrypt a hidden drive on his laptop, which was found to contain video evidence of his abuses. On the 27th of November 2013, the day after his guilty plea had been accepted by the prosecution, Watkins referred to his offences against children as megalols in a recorded phone call to a female fan made from His Majesty's Prison Park. A sentencing hearing was held at Cardiff on the 18th of December 2013. In mitigation, Watkins' barrister Sally O'Neill, KC, said that Watkins had no recollection of the case involving the attempted assault, but had belatedly realised the gravity of what happened after having developed an obsession with videoing himself during intercourse. Justice John Royce sentenced Watkins to 29 years in prison, with eligibility to apply for parole after serving 2/3 of his prison term, followed by 6 years of supervised release. His two co-defendants, the mothers of his victims, who gave their babies over to him to do what he wanted, and they should have been bloody hung. His co-defendants, the mothers of the victims, respectively received sentences of 14 years and 17 years imprisonment. The judge said the case plunged into a new depth of depravity. A senior investigating officer on the case described Watkins as a committed, organised paedophile and potentially the most dangerous offender he has ever seen. Watkins was transferred from HM Prison Park to His Majesty's Prison, Wakefield in Yorkshire. The nickname for Wakefield Prison is Monster Mansion. You can probably guess why. Yes, because it houses the biggest monsters in the UK. In order to be closer to his mother after she had a kidney transplant, he was transferred back to His Majesty's Prison Park Larton in Worcestershire on the 25th of January 2014. He was subsequently transferred to His Majesty's Prison Rye Hill. He's done the rounds, this kid, I'm telling you, in Northamptonshire. On the 9th of October 2017, Watkins was accused of grooming a young mother from prison. Although, goodness knows why, because by the time he gets out, any kids that she's got will be turned 30. So they'd be no good to him, will they? Watkins was accused of grooming this young mother from prison. And as of March 2018, he was back at Wakefield. Woohoo! Monster Mansion. Just where he belongs. An independent Police Complaints Commission, IPCC, investigation report published in summer 2016 said that 3 detectives from South Wales Force should face disciplinary action after they failed to act on earlier allegations of abuse by Watkins from 2008 onwards. A further IPCC report published in August 2017 found that police had failed a number of times from 2008 to 2012 to act on reports of Watkins' behaviour, quoting a detective who said that Watkins had a number of fans and ex-girlfriends making allegations that, when investigated, are false. They weren't investigated. The report concluded, the consequence of the force's failings was arguably that a predatory paedophile offended over an extended period of time. The evidence obtained in this investigation suggests that South Wales Police were faced with a litany of reports about his behaviour, yet in some instances did not carry out even a rudimentary investigation. They made errors and omissions and missed opportunities to bring him to justice a lot earlier than he ultimately was. South Wales Police Assistant Chief Constable Jerry Vaughan said his force entirely accepts and regrets the findings of the report. Well, they couldn't do anything else, could they, you tit? In March 2018, Watkins was actually found to have a mobile phone in his cell. Or a cell phone. Sorry. He was accused of using the phone to maintain contact with a girlfriend outside of prison, but denied the charge, claiming it didn't belong to him but to two other inmates who had forced him to hide it for them. But they also gave him the charger as well. Oh, God. So the charger for the phone was also found in his cell. Watkins claimed he still received fan mail from Lost Prophet fans, and that the men, fellow inmates, wanted him to help them take advantage of the women writing in, most of whom are kids, bear in mind, as a revenue stream, although God knows what that means. After a 5-day trial at Leeds Court in August 2019, he was then convicted and sentenced to an additional 10 months imprisonment to run consecutively to his existing sentence. So he's got 26 years and 10 months. His bandmates disbanded Lost Prophets shortly after his imprisonment and formed the band No Devotion. I think that's a really cool name for a band, considering you know what I mean. And they formed it with American singer Jeff Rickley. So, well and truly out, never to return. Mind you, he'd be too old to do anything when he gets out. He'll be in his 50s. What's he going to do? Join the Rolling Stones? Sorry. Sorry to all you Rolling Stones fans. I mean, because he was old, not because of anything else. Thank you so much for listening to this story. And thank you for allowing me to tell you this story. It's very much appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please hit like and consider subscribing. It's totally and utterly free, no charge whatsoever. And it means YouTube will actually let you know when my next story comes out. Okay, they're not all like this one, honest. Some are worse. Remember, please give someone a smile, because you've got plenty and they might just need one. I've been Sue, TTFN.